And ahoy, crypto pirates, Hexicans alike. This is your Discourse Syndicate and your FN Hangout. I'm RG3, your captain for this evening. Litecoin Moses, Hex Moses is not with us this evening. He is busy. But this is your FN Hangout anyway. So you join, you talk, you give it your all. This is yours. Like it or not, have at it. Do whatever you like. Anyway, we've got a few of our cutthroats already hanging out inside the green room here. I'm going to bring up our regular.
What's up, guys?
Self. Kinetics, what's up, dude? And then, of course,
not much. Just hanging out in a beautiful little mountain town in Utah right now.
Oh, in Utah. Man, you and me are all over the damn place.
Yep.
And, of course,
jet
our
set.
other... What's that?
Oh, I was just saying jet setting.
Yeah, jet setting. I tell you, I hate flying around. But anyway, our other buddy here, Randy. Oh,
Randy.
man.
What's up?
Dude, what are you, in a subway or something?
No, I mean, it's I'm in the living room and I got all the shades closed because
Randy the vet. Randy the vet Hilarski.
Yeah, bro. Thanks, guys.
Oh, look at the hat. He's got the hat on.
Yeah.
Look at that.
It took me a long time to get mine because I was in Panama, so I had to do the freight forwarding and all that shit.
Oh, crap. Yep.
But I got it.
And you just use a freight forwarder for that?
Yeah. That's how Panama works. You have to pay by weight, and it works great. But sometimes, like, I got a new monitor for my computer, and I think it was $120, and the freight forwarder was $150. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Man.
The cost of living in Panama as a semi-retired guy.
Yeah, I'm done though, man. We're leaving. We're out of this fucking joint, bro. We're out.
Really?
Yeah, this CV thing has really messed everyone up, and we've been under lockdown since March 20th.
Wow.
I get to leave the house like 6 hours a week. Well, that changed this week, but that's how.
Oh, that's good. Well, where are you planning on going after that?
We're going to Mexico.
Mexico.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's pretty much free up there, especially on the Pacific side. Acapulco, Guadalajara. They don't give a shit what the government says. So, they're pretty free on that. That's the pirate side. That's where I'm going. So
let me say hi to the chat room real quick. Hey, everybody, we've got what do we got in there? Hey, Joker's joining us tonight, and thanks for the hosting there, Hexologist.
Joker.
He threw everybody over here. Joker's here. Hexo G is here. Deuce Hex. Who else do we got in here? Vance Malone. Hey, thanks for following us, buddy. A-Bit Hex. Unhexable. All the Hex names. Superman Hype. Hex Toshi. Fresh Delicious. Let's see who else. Johnny Chaos, of course, is in there. Oh, he's telling me how he's down. Funky Fresh, thanks for the lemon, buddy. Good to see you. Always good to see you. Let's see who else. Thanks for the lemons there, Deuce. Superman, thanks. What's that?
Is that Deuce Bigelow?
Deuce,
I can't see
Deuce,
any of the
Deuce
chat,
Hex.
so.
Deuce Hex.
Oh.
Deus. Actually, it's Deus.
Deus Hex. Yep.
Deus Hex. Thanks for the the intro. By the way, I didn't make that intro. That was done by Ministry of Hex. He's you want to go back to his YouTube channel and check him out. He is awesome. Let's see, Stylus 19 and one Hexy Mofo into the fire. Of course, always here. Real Spike. Hex Toshi, thanks. What's up? Yep, the sexy pirates are in the house. Anyway, look at that. Everybody's rocking and rolling. We got Hexologist dancing on the screen there. Hi, Mama Rock. How you doing? Mama Rock's hanging out with us, too. So, what's going on, Randy, other than you getting the hell out of Panama?
I am just watching these markets tank and not giving a shit.
Nice.
It's I've been in crypto for 2014, pretty much full time, and this is the first time where I was like, yeah, it's okay.
It's okay. It's
More than
good.
okay.
You know, I got more than 50% of my stack, going towards Hex, and it's good.
Donald Pump. We got Donald Pump in the chat room.
I love that name.
Donald Hump. Hector the Protector, what's up? And Unhexable. Hector. Oh, thanks for the ice cream there, buddy. So what has been going on this week, man? It's just been getting crazier and crazier in the crypto space. The food it's like a food fight out there, right? Is that what it is? It's a food fight?
It's fucking embarrassing.
Got hot dogs going to zero. Yeah.
Freaking, and Hot Dog did a straight up freaking Bart Simpson on the whole thing, man. It was like bang, bang.
No respect to the classic American food.
I know.
Yeah, right.
Man.
Yeah,
they should have had Kobayashi as their mascot or doing some shit for them, right? The freaking eating guy or whatever.
Yeah.
It is embarrassing.
Oh, Kobayashi. Yeah,
Kobayashi. Yeah. The freaking hot dog eater. Where are you at, dude? Kinetics, where are you at, dude?
I'm down in southeast Utah.
No, but I mean, are you like at a restaurant or something?
Yeah, I'm at a sushi restaurant right now.
Nice.
Speaking of,
that's my dog in the back of my truck right there.
Nice. My dog.
Got my dog, and then my boy, he just ran cross country today.
Oh, nice.
So,
that's what you guys were doing, out there running.
That's Kinetics Jr. He doesn't like that. He's too cool for that name.
Yeah, no, mine doesn't want to have nothing to do with it either. He's like, no. Dude, you're killing me. No way. You let me stake my hex and just leave me be. I'm like, hey,
That's
man,
right.
come on the show if you want. No, Dad, that's cool. You go ahead and have your little show.
mine is 2.5, so he's still cool with Bugaboo. Bugaboo.
Oh yeah, see, my 4-year-old, he's cool now. My 4-year-old's cool. My 14-year-old, she just wants to keep freaking, stealing my show and freaking, mutinizing it and stuff. My 19-year-old, he just wants to steer clear. He's like, no, Dad, you're bringing me down, man.
No, I'm good, Dad. Yeah, I'm good, Pops.
Good. So, anyway,
you are technically 15. Yes.
The most embarrassing thing of all this is that so many of these influencers that I used to respect are now the ones pushing these damn.
It's insane. It's absolutely insane. They're like getting back behind them like 100%. Like, were they not in 2017? I mean, I don't want to. I'm like hashing over the same thing I talked about on Wednesday, but it is. It's just the influencers are. I don't get it. I mean, when you see a project like Hex that has 100% uptime, no problems, everything's running smooth, nobody's lost a freaking penny.
Nope.
It going
unless you give your keys away voluntarily. That's
nobody's
the only
asking for your keys. Other than that, other than people
trustless, 100% trustless interest, an easy way to get in and out.
Everyone's getting paid on their interest. Nobody has not gotten paid on their interest. Nobody has. The contract is running flawlessly. Absolutely. And these guys continue to not give props, to keep it on the back burner and run these freaking stupid ass scam food fight bullshit freaking
it's derivatives trading. It's derivatives trading, and it's a hot potato, and they're just passing it around. And then they expect legacy finance to take us serious?
Exactly. Well, we did have a little problem with our hot dogs, but we're doing good with sushi now. So could you? Yeah, there was the yam thing too, but we're serious here. The serious money should be rolling in any time now.
Well, there's spaghetti and noodle finance. I don't know if you've seen those ones yet, guys.
Yeah, I saw it earlier. Nuts.
Yeah.
What happened to our principles? I mean, a lot of us who got into crypto, I actually got in so early that it wasn't really so much about the money. It was still a struggle. I mean, I got in when I first met Tone Bays, he was a poor motherfucker. The first time I ever met him, when I first met Andreas, he was a poor dude. These guys, they're asking for donations and they wanted people to buy their product.
Andreas still is, isn't he?
People gave him a bunch of Bitcoin in 2017 when they felt bad because he was poor. But I mean, he gets flown all over the world to speak at conferences. At least he was before CV hit, right? But what about not your keys, not your crypto? What about don't give your crypto to somebody else to hold? What about using DEXs? What about all the stuff that we've been preaching for years? And now all of a sudden they're over there. Oh, let's do this.
Yep.
They wanted DEXs, and now they're here for real. And it's like they're using them to freaking show their scam shit, their ICO shit. It's the same. It's the same story. There is nothing new under the sun. It's like they're rerunning the whole thing again.
It's really embarrassing.
It is. I mean, Wednesday I said, look, there's nothing new under the sun. The same things are going on, and Hex is the only game in town. Because, Richard did. He stuck with those principles and built something on those principles, what crypto was supposed to be. And it's funny that, they won't look at it. Nobody wants to look at it. But oh, wait, look over here, some hot dogs.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want any legitimate products.
I still think there's a lot of great projects out there and things that are coming. But I think this DeFi thing, the way they're rolling it out is so immature. It looks really bad. Imagine me trying to go to my dad. Imagine me trying to go to my father and trying to convince him to pay $50,000. He's going to laugh.
Yeah, Dad, invest in sushi.
Yeah, sushi. You freaking kidding me?
I agree. Well, and then that I'm trying to be nice here because I want this community, because the blockchain that Dlive runs on, I want to be nice here.
Oh, yeah.
That it's all just a shit show when Justin Sun comes out with his own version of it, Sun Token, and they've got pearls, and they're trying to do their whole DeFi on Tron now. So they got corn and tacos and all kinds of stuff.
It pumped to I saw Tron pump to 444 Satoshis or whatever it was. I'm guessing here, and then dropped back down to 328, or it just all over.
That after he did his live stream day before or yesterday.
Yeah, it went crazy. Then people got wrecked, and then it went back the other way. It's my God, dude, I stay away from Justin Sun stuff just because his coins, just because they pump and then they dump them.
Here, pour it out onto the plate.
And you never catch the pump because the pumps are so short. They're short-lived with anything that Justin does.
For him,
I mean, if we had a true market maker, if he has really good market makers, he would just have his coins go up steadily, right? That's how a market maker works, or take them down slowly or something. But these guys, I don't know what Justin does. He tweeted something about BTT token. Is that BTT? BitTorrent? Yeah. He tweeted something about BitTorrent a couple weeks. Oh, BitTorrent's doing great. The next day it was down 20%. Come on, man.
Well, I mean, was it Justin Sun that did that drunk post with dipshit?
Peter McCormick. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, my coin's a shit coin. It's a shit coin.
Yep.
He's got multiple now. He's got BTT. He's got Steam because he bought Steam it.
Which, by the way, Randy, that was an awesome breakdown, man. I didn't know what happened with the divide of the community. That was a great breakdown video you did.
Hey, you're welcome, man.
So
I was on the Steam.
Check out Randy's channel.
I was on the Steam It team for over a year, and we handled all the true social media. When I first got the position with them, I said to them, I sent them a curse-laced email and said, you guys do not know what you're doing with social media. Let me handle your social media.
Well, the day Steam It launched, I got an account. I mean, but it never used it. It just never,
I made about $250,000 on that in 2 years.
Wow. Nice.
We killed it. Between my wife and I, because we were blogging every day and we were making good money. That was our big win in crypto. That's what got us really in the door and our name in the door. with and once I told people I was on the Steam team, then other clients started rolling in, like Zencash, which is now Horizon, and we'd worked with them, a couple others. It just, all you need is one break in crypto.
Yeah, that's great, man.
And like Hexo, like Hexo and you, RG3, and you guys with the Discourse Syndicate. Once Hex blows up, then people look back and see who were the people that really got this thing going. You guys are going to be down etched in stone in history.
Well, for what it's worth, yeah, I guess so. I mean, it will. I'm telling you, this is going to do really well for everybody's career if you guys want to do besides anything outside of Hex. Well, yeah, I mean, it's if crypto goes in the right direction, if all of this shit settles down and DeFi projects really start to emerge, real DeFi projects. Like you said, there's some promising ones out there. There is, but we got to get rid of the shit show first. And and it's like
amateur hour.
And it's the same. It's the same thing every time that people just jump on the bandwagon to try and make some quick money, to try and make a quick buck. And unfortunately, a lot of noobs and people that decide to take risks are going to get wrecked, and they're going to lose a lot of money. And people are going to get wealthy, and then there's going to be a few good projects left over. But I don't know how long it's going to take for crypto to finally pull its head out of its ass and start to move forward. And all of this energy that people are putting into this stuff, if they would put it into good projects, and that's why we did this. And that's why we did Discourse Syndicate, was to, hey, there's a good project out here. Let's talk about it. Let's bring it to light. Let's help, put it out there into the crypto world and start talking about crypto. Start having true discourse about crypto versus pump and dump bullshit. Hey, this is great. That's great. And
RG3, you're forgetting that you got to have principles for that. You got to have principles.
Exactly.
Yeah. And I know a lot of them.
Right now, there's a lot of opportunity to take separate a fool from his money in this space.
Yeah. And unfortunately, I think that a lot of the influencers might be seeing the value in their influence and catching back up from 2017, 18 down. That's just my opinion, because I'm looking at some of them going, look, I know you're smarter than that. I know you're smarter than that. And I know you're smarter than that, but you're acting like this and it's not right. And I know they know it, but like you said, there's all of a sudden they're doing this thing like the China days when the China FUD was coming out or FOMO was coming out, then boom, everything was pumped. And then the next day it was dumped. And it's the same things happening. And I'm seeing the influencers getting involved in it. And gosh, I don't know how, I mean, if this was in, if this was traditional stock market, there'd be people being investigated for some of this crap.
I'm sure of it.
I mean, gosh, because the influence they have, just being YouTubers or the coin creators and the founders of some of these projects, the market rises and falls on their FUD or FOMO.
Yeah.
I'm looking at some of the comments here.
Yeah. I see. We got some. I remember when people, let's read a few of them here. BTT can't seem to get any further than 4 Satoshis. It's cheap, but too
many in circulation.
Too many in circulation. Oh, I
don't think that's an issue.
Yeah,
I think it's just a pet project.
Yeah,
they don't have enough use cases. The only I actually own some. I have some staked on Dlive just because I want to support the project. So I bought some and staked it. But I only earn like 15%. It's not. I don't earn anywhere near what I earn on Hex.
Mm-hmm. You can't say there's too much of a supply because it's in the billions, like Hex itself is. So
yeah, they need some use cases. Just having staking on Dlive is not going to cut it. It's too small of a platform.
Exactly. So what was the name of that platform? I'm curious. Does Restream support
Storyfire?
Storyfire.
Well,
I guess
it
that's
depends on if it's an
popular.
RMTP.
If we've got an API you can plug into.
Exactly. I mean, you could plug into it anyway through Restream, but Restream has you can either just they have they have like the fixed API. All you do is click on the icon or whatever, and then you can send it through that, or you find their, like for instance, Dlive isn't on there, but it has an RMTP server so that or RMTP so that you can just force feed it through there. So yeah, I think they all.
Well, I was curious because my wise ass 15-year-old here is telling me all about this new platform that's blowing up amongst the kids. So
what's it called?
Amongst the kids, but amongst the people who actually fear what's going to happen on YouTube.
The censorship on YouTube. Yep.
We all do. I mean, everybody.
Yeah. Censoring the commentary community who actually put out information about certain topics that's going on. They're completely censoring them.
Yeah.
They don't give a crap about how much effort they put into their videos. The algorithm completely ignores them and will put other things out. And the notifications won't go out to some members, which is stupid.
You already know that one.
Yeah.
And you can sign up for all the notifications you want, but it doesn't mean you're going to get notified when a new video's up.
Well, what we did with ours, we went back through all of our old YouTube videos and got rid of all of our referral links. We had all, we've been around for a long time, so I had them on BitMEX referral links and stuff, and going back years. And my wife too, because she got a strike, and they said it was because she had a link. Well, guess what we did? We went and cleaned all of the links off of everything. And you just got to be careful what you're posting on YouTube now. At my client Dollar Vigilante, we get a strike almost every day on our channels.
Yeah, I'm actually tonight. I'm streaming for the first time in a long time on YouTube. So we're doing that now. So I'm trying to keep the talk a little bit.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I hear you. We got to be careful. It's because
I think that the reason we got censored last time was because somebody actually was trolling us at that time. And, so, I mean, that is what it is. So I'm going to,
I'm scared to go over there. I worked hard I got a little check mark for my days on Google Plus, when I had over 100,000 followers there, and that's a hard thing to get. So I'm careful what I post to YouTube, and my wife too. And we said to ourselves, you know what? We have a okay following on YouTube. Maybe we should go over there. But then I'm like, damn, it just takes one person to not like you, and they could wreck you. And then I lose that. At least if I load the videos myself and they're not live streams, then I can edit out stuff that could possibly get me in trouble, right? But live streaming, scary stuff.
It is. That's why we haven't done it, and I've just been uploading and then had issues on even uploading. But
thanks for the warning. I won't be showing any pictures of horses.
Yeah, that was a few days after that we got censored. So they didn't care about that. But I don't know what it was. I honestly think that somebody was actually trolling us and shutting us down, getting us shut down. But anyway, let's see what else we have going on in there. Somebody said something, and it was RG3 happy now, which used to be RG3 glasses aren't shades. Says, Hex dumped from 67 cents to 23 cents. And they're asking, why would you say that? Well, Hex is a new project. So any type of movement, and we did have some movement of some big stakes just recently. So those caused some of the crash, which isn't really a crash. I mean, it's just doing what crypto does. And Hex has gone sideways, throughout all the pumps. I mean, and we're still up.
Think about it. I think it's down more because ETH got hammered.
Well, and that too. I mean, that's just on top of it. ETH is getting just creamed right now. What the prices? The gas prices are insane. I mean, just absolutely insane. I think Johnny Chaos was showing an end stake. He was putting an end stake out on the Twitter, and when he end staked, it was like a $48 freaking gas fee just to end stake a 100,000 hex or something like that. It was like,
I think the most I had was like $34, but still, I think I staked $250,000 a couple days ago, and it was like $34.
Jeez,
yeah, that's nuts.
That is nuts. That's a lot.
But the way I look at it, though, I mean, I'm staking out 11, 12, 13 years, so I don't mind paying that fee right now because I want to get that big payday, huge bonus.
Oh yeah, I mean, you if you've got to do it, you've got to do it right now. I mean, it's it's going to mean nothing in the scheme of things. $30-$40 is going to mean nothing in the scheme of things. I mean, yeah, it's a big fee for putting a stake together, especially if you're used to paying 34 cents.
Well, first I had to purchase them, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, then you got to do that.
So I think that was like a $40 one because I purchased.
I have one more end stake that I want to do, and that's gonna it's gonna cost me to end stake, and it's gonna cost me to restake it. And if I want to ladder it, forget it. I mean, I don't know what the laddering is gonna end up costing. Trying to ladder some of it,
Yeah, I had a really proud moment this week. I am now officially a dabbing dolphin. I moved up a stage.
Nice.
And, I was hoping that I would get enough in there that post BPD, when everyone's unstaking, when everyone's coming out, that it would push me then up to a shark. I was hoping I can get close enough because it's not going to take that much. If I can get 75% of the way to a shark, I think after BPD,
it will.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with the first month and a half after big BPD, there's going to be so many stakes ending. You'll see you may go up 2 classes.
Okay, that'd be pretty cool. That means our share rates. I was telling my wife today. I was looking at as a dabbing dolphin, I'm making about $12 worth of interest per day. I mean, that's not a lot of money, but if Hex goes up to a penny or 2 pennies, then it turns into enough money to live off of.
Oh yeah,
that it gets kind of nuts for those of us who get in early enough.
I'm counting,
especially in Pirate Mexico, Pacific Pirate Mexico.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, for those of you guys who want to know, we did all the expenses. We see what it's going to cost out there, and it's right around living good. I'm talking living good, about $1,200 to $1,300 a month
in Mexico.
In Mexico, whether
You don't need the neighborhood.
Yeah, Guadalajara. Can't remember the name of the other town. Not San Miguel de Allende. We're going there for the first 2 months, and that's going to be a lot more expensive because that's a tourist area.
Yeah.
But then Acapulco probably a little bit more because it's also a tourist area for the Mexicans.
Yeah, Mazatlan.
Yeah.
That's a nice area. I think that's a little less expensive than like Acapulco and stuff. But
the one that there's a lady on YouTube that did a video in Querétaro. And Querétaro is one of the biggest cities in Mexico, but beautiful house right in the center of the old town. Her total bills are $950 a month, and that includes health insurance.
Oh,
and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like here in Panama. Panama's like Florida. We spend our bills are like $2,500 a month here. People think Panama's cheap. It's not cheap. It's like living in the U.S.
I don't even want to tell you what California is like.
I know.
My God. Oh, man.
Back in my nursing days, back when I was making like $18-$20 an hour, people used to say, you should go to California. They make $50 an hour out there. I'm like, yeah, but your housing costs and all the other stuff eat it right up.
Yeah, $50 an hour is like, if you don't have $50 an hour, you're going to freaking starve out here.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, it's insane. It's getting worse and worse and worse.
But I'm telling you, those stakes. What I'm doing the math and seeing what can happen if Hex can stay at half a penny or quarter penny to between a quarter penny and a penny, it's almost going to be a livable amount of money, something you could live off of in certain countries if you're a dabbing dolphin or higher with those kind of shares.
Say what? Say that again.
If you got enough shares if you're a dabbing dolphin or higher, it's going to be enough money to live off of. if
more than likely, yeah.
Years, and if we could stay between a quarter of a penny and a penny, or go higher than that, we're living good. That's what I'm looking at.
Oh yeah. Let's see. Tekken, hey, thanks for following us, bud. 1 cent will be great. 50 cents will be crazy. Yeah, 50 cents would be. That's trouble right there. Acapulco is cartel controlled. Well, I mean,
I have no problem with that.
Yeah, I mean, all of Mexico. It depends on how you navigate Mexico. It has nothing to do with. I mean, that's going on all over down there. So it's how you navigate and you know, yeah, you gotta.
I had a friend get shot. I had a friend get shot and killed in Acapulco. This was right before Acapulco in 2018. He had kept getting into arguments with some local kids, and he went out and challenged them one night, and the kid pulled a gun on him and shot him. And that happens. He was young too. He's in his 20s.
Yeah.
But you don't live there. You are not Mexican.
Yeah. Don't
go challenging a group of kids.
Yeah. No, I mean, that's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Americans have a hard time with that in other countries, being, humble and just, hey, look, this is their place and you need to figure out how to navigate this or else don't go there. I mean, you got to have a low profile. It's, even, I mean, I know now, we're looked upon less favorable in places around the world. Even back in like the 80s and the 90s, you still had to be, I mean, we were a lot more favorable back then, but you still had to be, you had to mind your P's and Q's and get along.
I got a cool story. When I was stationed here shortly after the invasion, I went out with my friend Quintero Lopez. That was his last name. He was a Colombian guy in the Navy with me. And he's like, Randy, you want to go out with me and my girlfriend tonight? I'm like, yeah, sure. Let's go to the movies. And we went to the movies, and man, I was the only gringo in the whole place. And I was getting pelted in the back of the head with M&Ms and popcorn and all kinds of stuff. And, the new generation doesn't think much about the invasion of Panama.
No.
But the older generations are like, you motherfuckers invaded our country. You put Noriega in power and then you killed us to get rid of him. That's how they feel about it.
Yeah, it wasn't a good thing. I mean,
it was ugly.
Yeah, it was.
Now they're unearthing the power, the PRD, the president. They are now unearthing the bodies of the people that were killed during the invasion, and the PRD is Noriega's party. So I said to my wife, I said, look, baby, I know you're Panamanian. I've got my residency here. My son's Panamanian, but for the next 4 years or so, I'd like to get out of here until this regime is gone, because they're fanning the flames, the anti-American flames. And I don't want to be here. Yeah.
That was a long time ago. We did that.
I mean,
anyway, I don't even want to put myself where. But we got that sucker.
Yeah, you guys did. I was here in 97, so.
Okay, so it was 89 89 when I was out there. So it was 89 when it all went down. But
I was here for the closing down. I remember Rodman, the base that we lived on, the Marines and the Navy. I remember I think there was like 100 of us on the base when I was here. Go to the gym, ghost town.
What ship were you on? A ship when you came through Panama?
Squadron VP 26, Patrol Squadron 26.
Oh, okay. Well, did you ever go to Cologne?
Of course, yeah. Not back then.
Not back then. Okay.
No. My grandpa was a Marine though, and he was stationed in Cologne, and he used to, stand watch on the ships as they would go through the canal.
Yeah.
That.
I don't know. Is Kinetics just sitting there eating?
Oh, he's stuffing his face. He's going fast though. He's like, doesn't even finish the mouth. Is that the next one?
Done.
Didn't even enjoy the flavor.
They're saying Kinetics, get closer. I want to see more of your chewing. What do you mean by this? The Sapper is asking. Trustless. What do you mean by this? So Sapper, I don't know if you understand crypto or what your your level is, but Hex is a contract, a smart contract, which means that it is an immutable contract that nobody touches anymore. It just operates. So you operate the contract by doing certain things like taking your hex, staking your hex, unstaking your hex, emergency unstaking your hex, leaving your hex alone to come to its maturity. So the things that you do operate the contract. Nobody touches it. Nobody has any control over it. No human hands have control over the contract. The contract is immutable. It is solid on the blockchain, never to be touched again. Now, what Hex does is it generates interest. So when you stake your Hex, you generate interest by the amount of Hex you stake and the amount of time you stake it. When you realize those gains, you withdraw that when it comes to maturity without any penalties. If you withdraw that before it's time, before it matures, then you get penalties. And those penalties are paid to the other people that are staked in the contract. So this is all contractual. It all happens on the blockchain. It's immutable. So the interest that you gain by staking your Hex is what we call trustless. You don't have to trust that anybody is going to pay you that interest. That interest is automatic based on the contract itself. So that's what that means. RH got jacked in Panama. Oh, so that's where RH got jacked, huh?
I didn't know that.
I guess that's where he got had his trouble, or he got robbed or something like that there. I think that's what happened.
Yeah, you got to be real careful here. I mean, I only had one time where I got nervous. I had just gotten paid. I had a regular job when I first came to Panama my first year, and I just cashed my check and I had $1,500 cash on me, and I got into a taxi and there was the driver and two other kids in the taxi, and it was about 11 o'clock at night, and that got me real nervous. So I slowly reached my hand in my bag. I took the cash out and I stuffed it down my sock.
I always kept, whenever I'm in Mexico, I keep a 20 in one sock and the rest of my money in another. And when the federales would pull me up, because I spent a lot of time in Tijuana, in California, so you know the drill. So when you get pulled over, you pull up your pant leg, you pull down your sock, the 20 falls out, and you hand that to them, and you have no other money in your wallet, and usually they just take that and let you go. Versus, I remember one time I got
buying them a coffee. We call it buying them a coffee.
Buying them a coffee. Yeah, one time I got pulled over, and then he let me go, and as soon as I turned the corner, there was another one waiting there for me, and he pulled me over.
My God.
Yeah.
And I was going down a hill. I was on the highway from Panama City to Cologne, going down a hill, and the cop pulled me over. I was going 1 mile per hour over the speed limit, and it was a female cop, and it was a $150 ticket for going 1 mile per hour over the speed limit.
And you got to pay it then.
Female cops it's like uncorruptible.
Really?
I wish I could have paid her $20. She wouldn't go for it. So I'm like, oh shit. So I had to go pay a $150 fine for speeding 1 mile per hour over a speed limit, going down a hill in a Toyota 4Runner, like a Fortuner or whatever they call them, the real big ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez. Like a big old boat that I rented.
We lost kinetic.
He hopped in the truck. Maybe he lost signal.
Oh, so let me, I'm going to put the link up. We had some other, here's the link, guys. If anybody wants to come join us, here is the link. I'm sending that out right now. So this is the FN Hangout Friday nights. It's a free for all. Come join us. Anybody out there? Joker, you said you wanted to come hang out with us a little bit. Why don't you jump on and say, hey, everybody else who wants to, anybody, and so you're welcome. This is your show. This is Friday nights. I'm just here to kind of keep everybody in line, and Thanks for the diamond there. Did RH know he would get so much flack for the OA? Well, of course he did. Richard,
just like EOS did. EOS got tons of shit too for theirs.
Well, I mean, every project that has a major holder gets, flack for it. I mean, but it's the way of the world. It's not just in crypto. It's not just in a couple of cryptos. It's not just in Hex. The whole world operates this way, guys. So to focus any light on that. Now, all of these stewards of that type of a holding, a stock or anything, it all depends on how those stewards act. There's a lot of stocks out there that are owned by one or two entities, where most of the stock is owned by a couple of entities, and you're at the mercy of what they do. But people invest in them, they make money off of them, and there's been a lot of projects out there, like in the regular, in the real world, and in crypto and everything else, in finance. There's a lot of projects out there where that steward is trusted, and I mean, that's just the way of the world. This is not a new concept that Richard just came up with to try and make bad or screw everybody or make cast doubt. This is just the way of the world, period, end of story. So the fact that it's turned into one person really made an issue out of this in the beginning of the project, and it has spread like wildfire, and it's been used over and over and over again ad nauseum, to the point where to me it's just ridiculous, because this situation exists all over the place in the real world. And
I was thinking a good something as similar to crypto is gold and silver mining stocks, and that they were the true penny stock thieves for over 20 years. These guys, they pump their stocks up from a penny to $1.50. Everyone pours in, and then bam, they get hit. And they're like a cartel up in Vancouver, Canada. I come from the gold and silver world, but the mining companies, they're a cartel. And these guys, they all have their. Remember you used to get those mailings, those penny stock mailings. Sometimes if you come in the mail back in the day, I'm talking.
They don't do. I don't see them anymore, but they used to send them out.
And then they did emails and they did all these things. Well, those are no different. It sounds like that the movie The Wolf of Wall Street. First you give them the good shit, then you give them the dog shit. That's exactly what happens.
You shake the pretty stuff in front of them, and then you slip them this one.
That's how it was for me. I got it, and I bought some Bitcoin. Then I bought that one that was airdropped to the people from Iceland. I can't even remember the name of it, and I lost my butt on it. That was 2014, and I bought it $7 each, and it dropped a penny. So I was like, "What happened?" And it took like 10 days. I was wiped. I'm done.
Yeah, but you didn't learn your lesson. You stayed in crypto.
No, I didn't learn my lesson. Aurora coin, that's what it was. Aurora coin killed me.
Was that mining project where they were gonna
airdrop coins to all Icelandic citizens?
That was their public offering coin thing I remember that now.
Yeah, it was a cool idea, but. Man.
They were all great ideas. That's the problem. Is it's all hopium and promise coins that are out there, just like the DeFi projects now. So let's see. We got the Wrecked Pirate here, another one of our regulars. What's up, dude?
Check 1, 2. You got us?
Yeah,
we got you, man. What's that? Right. Dude, you look different every time I see you. You look different, man.
You look like you just got back from the bush.
Yeah, that's it. Beautiful sunny day. We did it in the spring here, so it's on.
Look at that headgear you got on there.
We got it all happening here in Queensland. It's the best place to be in the world at the moment. But anyway, that's another story. How you's going?
As long as you're not in Victoria.
No, that's what we got the grand final now. We got the Australian rules grand final in Queensland because of the COVID. It's just been a disaster. That COVID is just like wrecking the economy. It's terrible.
Yeah.
I think I like to blame it on the government for wrecking the economy.
Oh, well, yeah. Got my cleanest dirty shirt on today. Look, Hex.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, brothers. Hey, Hex. Look, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Neo Cortex reset. Have you heard of that?
No.
What are you talking about? I heard you talk about Mexico. Were you talking about Mexico before?
Yeah.
Have a look at these bad boys.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Hey, I got a brand new pair waiting for that's for the big payday. That's for the big payday.
He's got his new boots for big payday.
I can't wait. I can't wait for the big payday. That's living the dream, mate. I'll tell you.
Those are framed.
I want it to happen right now because
I can't wait. I just want to get it over and done with.
Yeah. I'm like, look, I'll take all those coins, please. Thank you very much.
Pretty good. It's a pretty good bag. It's pretty big, pretty good bag. I can't keep up with everything that's going on. What's going on in Hex? How are you guys going over there in you in Puerto Rico, Randy? I've seen you on a few
Panama.
Panama. Oh, righto. There's a big thing about Puerto Rico and Panama. That's like South America. I got to brush up on my geography.
We're Central America. We're the last country in Central America.
Righto.
Hey, thanks. What's that?
Go, RG. I was going to just say, are you guys all in lockdown? What's happening over there? What's on the ground? What's happening on the streets? What's the word on the streets?
We got absolutely. You do what you want out here. Basically, it's like some businesses are shut down, some businesses aren't. Some gyms are closed, some bars are open. It's just like a hodgepodge of do what the fuck you want out here. It's nobody's going one way or the other, and half of the shit's wrecked and half of the shit's trying to get back on its feet. And it's just kind of chaos out here. California, especially, man. I've been flying all over the country working, and I was in Kentucky. I was all over the East Coast the last few weeks. And, it's like, there's no continuity anywhere. Every state is acting different. And then California is its own animal. And, there's no slowing down of anything. Just the economy is still freaking getting slammed every day, and it's, I don't know. It's a
stop start. It's
that's it. It's stop start. And there's no continuity. So it's like either shit or get off the pot. You know what I mean? It's like, do fucking something. Either get everything back going and saying, fuck it. We're done. Let's move on. Or you know what? Shut everything down and fix the shit and get all the smartest motherfuckers together and get a vaccine for this thing or whatever. I mean, something's got to break, man. This is just the way it's going right now is just freaking stupid.
So, given the size of America and all of the states, how many states in America? 52 or 3 or something like that? How many states are there in America?
We got 50 actually, but we've
50 states in America. Yeah. So Stars and Stripes. So what about borders? Like, are they closing the borders? Are they doing?
We don't have borders for our states, really. I mean, there are some checkpoints as far as like bringing in, goods. As far as some states monitor produce coming in, but other than that, we don't have any borders here. Mexico and Canada, of course, we have borders.
The international borders.
Yeah, they built that wall for Mexico to keep the Americans out. That's a story I'm getting on the streets.
Well, I know that's kind of like the thing now is that they want to keep Americans out of places. Yeah,
well, it's interesting, isn't it? Well, we had 7 states and 2 territories in Australia, and they've basically shut down Victoria. No one in, no one out. And New South Wales, no one in, no one out. And they're doing contact tracing. They're trying to obviously, stop a second outbreak of COVID. Happened through. I don't know. Look, I'm getting into some dangerous territory. I know this is political territory, but some protests and things that they allowed to happen that caused a second outbreak where they really we just about nipped it in the bud, and ready to go and start again. But we're still dealing with all that. There's all the countries are in a different time time space around that. But anyway, can we talk about something interesting like Hex? Did you guys see that?
Yeah, let me bring up our other. We've got another cutthroat here. Big K's in there. Let's. It looks like he's in the dark though. Let's see what he's doing. Yo, what's up, Big K?
Yo, what's going on, y'all? How you doing tonight?
Did you lose your power?
Dude, what's going on?
I'm in the car right now.
Where are you? Are you in you in Puerto Rico or what?
I'm back in the contiguous 48. No, I'm back in Florida right now. I was just I had a property to close on, so I drove up to Tallahassee to close on it and driving on back now.
Nice.
There you go, there, Big K. Hey, I was going to ask, is there any theories, or you guys had a look at that emergency end stake that happened a couple of days ago? It was like the second biggest one. You see that big pink spike on the graph? It was something like an extra 20 million hex paid out to stakers on Wednesday or something this week. And you see it was like 40 million nuked, 30 or 40 million hex nuked emergency end stake.
Yeah, it was 30. Yeah, well, I saw it. It was 36 mil. Yeah, and they lost like 19 million, almost 20 million for
I saw that. I saw that. That was bad.
Privilege.
Yeah.
Yep.
I know.
There's somebody else too. There's somebody else that looked like they unstaked like a ladder too. Somebody had like a bunch of 1 million stakes and they unstuck like 6 or 8 stakes too in the past day or so as well. But that's about it. But yeah, that's a big one, man. That is a big one. You know, people are getting excited about all this other DeFi stuff. They're starting to chase gains. You know, that's what it is. I mean,
really.
Well, there's some big gains right now. There's some monster gains right now happening out there. You know.
Oh yeah,
there is
for sure. I mean, it's true. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I've played around with some of that stuff just to like take a look at it all. And I mean, like some people are making gains, some people are losing their ass on it. And I mean, more are losing their ass than are making gains. You know, if you're small fry, you can't play these games with these gas fees. You know, you just can't. You can't. You just getting into liquidity and out liquidity contracts costs like 3 or 4 times what a normal Uniswap swap does. So, you know, it's very, very cost prohibitive. You got to be dumping thousands of dollars in to make it worth your while for sitting around in it. So super dangerous. And have you guys heard Litecoin Moses? Have you heard like Litecoin Moses's theory on that shit too? That like that there's I like the theory that like centralized exchanges are behind some of these scammy projects, and, you know, for the sole purpose of scaring people away from DeFi. Yeah, exactly. Taking the bags and
why would people name it dog, you know? Or
yeah, why would the CEO of BitMEX be talking about every shit coin du jour that he likes, you know, like to try and get people to not buy stuff on his exchange? It seems silly. It seems really crazy. But yeah, that's it's exciting stuff. I mean, like the whole idea of it is nifty, but I mean, all they're really doing is like recreating the Big Short fractional bank shit, you know, and that we all know how that shit ends.
Well, yeah, but it's easy for them to manipulate too, so they can make a lot of money doing it. So
yep. Oh yeah, and they are. I mean, I saw a post.
Show them Hex. Show them Hex. I mean, like that yield farming, all that nonsense over there that's going on. Yeah, if you're sharp as attack and you can buy low and sell high, good luck to you. But nothing compares to the APY on Hex staking. Nothing.
No, nothing.
No, not at all. Nothing does. And that's the thing is, like, I'll be honest. I mean, like, it sucks to see people getting wrecked, but like, this is all very bullish for Hex. You know, we are not. We're not gonna be there when all this falls apart. Still working and still being a viable.
Well, it already is. It's already started. Bloody last day or so. There's been. I think the bubble's been burst on a few of those whatever it is, yams and bloody whatnot. I don't know. I can't keep up with it. They're bringing out a new shit coin every day, aren't they? Just about.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, it's the definition of you know, leveraging yourself out to the extreme. You get your liquidity token and you stuff it in somewhere else, and you get a new token, and then they make a new food and you stuff that token in there. I mean, I've seen it. You can go from 3 different food groups, you know, and then you're leveraged out so far on your ETH that when the price starts dropping, like who even cares about that other shitcoin you've got in the liquidity pair? Your ETH is losing tons of value too. You know, it's a really silly game.
Well, there's that rug pull scam as well on Uniswap where they basically they sell a shitcoin and they do their liquidity pools on Uniswap, and then when they've got the sucker's ETH, so to speak, call them a sucker, comes along every day, and then they pull the liquidity out and they just put the ETH in the pocket, and you left holding a bag of shitcoins. That's pretty not a nice, is it?
I had a pretty nasty experience over the last week. Binance came out with that new DeFi USDT futures contract. So I said, you know what? I don't trade DeFi. I don't want to get into this stuff. I'll go put $2,000 into this DeFi USDT contract. I said, sure, I'll go 5x. That's super safe, dude. 4 days later, liquidated. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, come on! I thought this was the safest thing I could do in DeFi, and 4 days later, gone. I'm like, back to Hex. Back to Hex.
It's too funny. I mean, and now there's a margin exchange, that leverage exchange. I'm not going to name the name, that is like adding a shitcoin every fucking day to it too. You know, like you can buy and sell. You can leverage long sushi now. What the fuck? Like that seems so stupid. You know, and that's the stuff that's crazy is that like that shit gets listed on Binance, and like what has it been out for a week? Like give me a break. You know.
And pumps. Oh yeah. I threw my back out freaking this morning. I'm gonna grab me a ibuprofen.
I got some vitamin M.
So Big K, is that your theory then, that you think that that big emergency end stake that occurred on Wednesday was in fact someone trying to jump on the latest shiny token, or do you think? Because I was actually more suspicious that it was a hack. It would have been like a MetaMask wallet hack or something along those lines.
Oh yeah, you know, it's interesting that you said that, because I do remember somebody saying that they put their seeds into. Richard had said never put your seeds into stuff, exactly. And then somebody was complaining about it. I can't remember. I think it was a girl that was complaining, or had a feminine name. I'm not sure if it was a girl or not. But that had said that they unstaked, that they got hacked by giving their seed words out.
That's right. It's like on Google search a MetaMask filtering scam, they call it, and that's what
that really sucks if that's what happened, man. That I feel.
Well, if that's what happened, if you had a big stack like that, you know, like you're right up the ranks, and 36 million's a fairly handsome stack. I mean, you'd have to think twice before hitting. Well, A, look at the gas fees, and B, I mean, look, one of those stakes was completely mute. You're right there, RD. He needs to have his then in that.
That's what's so crazy is you'd think, because like there's a certain bar of like knowledge that you need to have to actually properly use Hex currently. You know, we don't have Staker app, so like everybody who's in Hex, you really had to be like either handheld by somebody to get there, or like know what they're doing, you know, to some degree, you know. So like the idea that somebody's giving seed words out to people, to me, is mind-boggling. You know, like either like I feel bad that like our education isn't good enough to where people don't know that, you know, very, very, very clearly.
I have heard that's probably one of the ways that I've heard them talking about that custody of seed phrase, that's the financial world's answer to cryptocurrency, how the banks are going to get a leg in on the market by offering custodial service, like, here, you give us our seed phrase, we'll hold your coins, and we'll also hold your seed phrase securely in our banking system.
Hey, I got a good one for this one, guys. I just let go of a client this week who I've been working with since January, because they decided that they were going to go the banking way and start working with JP Morgan, and they wanted to start doing custodial crypto, and you know, they wanted to sell all their virgin Bitcoin that they were mining. It was a mining company.
You're like, oh man, they have virgin Bitcoin and they're willing to do that shit.
Yeah, they're selling all their virgin Bitcoin to BlackRock and JP Morgan at a 30% premium. And at first they were just a mining company that was doing immersion cooling and some really cool tech, and they, they had storage facilities that were put in containers that could put it around the world to avoid, government stuff. I'm like, this is badass. Can I be part of it? And let me do your marketing for you. And they said, yeah. So I started working with them, and then they started changing the story. They got their first 1.5 million, and then they're like, oh, the banks want us to sell them their coins directly. Oh, now we're going to start doing custodial services with the banks. I'm like, dude, that's not what I got into crypto for. Bye-bye. You guys go find someone else to do your marketing. I'm not putting my name on this shit. Nope.
Yeah, well, that's good.
No, I agree, man.
Good on you. Good on you for doing that. I mean, it's not all about the money, is it?
It is, but it isn't. That's a good way to put it. Everybody's got their lines, and when you understand that, like, some of who you are and your reputation in this industry is based on the decisions you make and who you promote. It's important to be wary on that and make sure that who you're promoting and talking about is aligning at least somewhat with your ideals.
But you know what? These
credibility and integrity and reputation.
Bullshit. Those guys are still freaking number one out there and all the tubes and everything and the Twitters, and they've been freaking talking about projects for the last 2 years. I mean, and their reputations aren't ruined.
No,
they're all, everybody still watches them. Everybody still listens to them.
They'll get found out.
To a certain degree.
What's going on?
Go ahead, Kay. What were you going to say?
Right.
Did we lose it?
You make a good point. Oh, sorry.
But I mean, like, now that we've got a coin a week, popping up and pumping and dumping, and influencers getting actually behind them on the pumps, and then apologizing or, oh wow, we, oops, on the dumps. And then they're on to the next one, and nobody blinks a fucking eye at these guys.
I can't believe that's too.
That's disgusting, and that's the thing about crypto is that, wow, I mean, can you believe the shit that goes on in crypto? Oh my god! I mean, yeah, it's just, I know it's wrong, isn't it? So, and seeing people get wrecked is just, it just blows my mind. That stuff, hey, I can't believe it that people would be so stupid to fall for that nonsense.
Yeah.
I had to teach myself, or let's like you say, Big K, you got to hold people's hand, and I've been trying to get people to the life rafts and teach them about hex. But it's like the old cliche: you can lead a horse to water, can't you? And they're still falling for these stupid things. And even, like you say, like some of these big names in crypto that have got YouTube channels, they're basically just ignoring the fact that hex is there. They're like almost like it's like a blind spot to their investment mind. And they're really smart people, and yet
there's a
blind spot that they can't see.
There's a few chinks in the armor. There's some people that are coming around. There's some cats that are like that were adamant hex haters before with big names that have said positive things recently.
Well, I mean, how much can you butt hex if you're backing shit like freaking hot dog and yam and all this other shit? I mean, how worried are you about your credibility at that point?
No, you make a good point on that. That's true. I will say that some cats that have decent names are like. I mean, I was pretty impressed with Matty Greenspan came out and said that one of his top investors has hex as his number 2 bag, and he was like, "I'm okay with that." And that dude said that he hated hex, and thought it was the biggest scam of all time, like 3 months earlier. So I mean, that's a positive one. There's some wins in there.
Hey, I have somebody I want to talk about is Andreas Antonopoulos, and I respect Andreas that he doesn't get involved with the bullshit. He doesn't ever talk about other cryptos besides Bitcoin, but he did say something that didn't make much sense to me. He tweeted back to me because I said something about I was kind of calling him out. I don't really like the guy. I never have, but he said to me, he says, Rand, this is on Twitter. He said, Randy, you have hex in your profile, so I think you made my case for me. Maybe there should be more people talking it down so as not to drive adoption into the hands of scammers. Adoption is not at all costs. Never. And he said that to me, and I wanted to reach through my computer and slap him.
Yeah. Do you think he was still a virgin? Was he still a virgin? Or
yeah.
But
Sorry.
So everybody likes Andreas. Everybody likes Andreas. They say they respect him because he was an early influencer and all this other shit. But you know what? I'm sorry. He's backing a crypto that is washed up. He is backing a crypto that doesn't work in the space, that hasn't advanced, that will not advance. It's technology, stupid. It's got to advance, and it's not.
Yeah, absolutely.
So how can you sit there and act like you're smart?
To be fair to
no.
To be fair to Andreas, like his latest book was.
It was what now?
I mean, again, his second book, the book that he just put out was Mastering Ethereum, and he talks about Ethereum a lot now. So, like, I mean, I'm not saying that he's like, you know, that absolves any. Like, I mean, I think that it's right for him to offer those perspectives, and he wrote the Mastering Bitcoin book, and he should be proud of that. You know, like,
but it's smoking fucking mirrors because he's supposed to be a thought leader. He's supposed to be a smart one in the space. Well, he's respected as being a smart motherfucker. But again,
he also, and he wrote Mastering Ethereum, and now talks a lot more about Ethereum. And when projects come up and like people talk about him with him, he straight up says, I don't know, and I'm not, you know, like, which that's better than
and that's it.
That's way better than having an opinion. I think it's better than having an opinion.
If you're not advancing yourself and other cryptos are advancing themselves in the space, then shut the fuck up. Because if you're not advancing yourself and learning more, then how can you sit there and go, well, Bitcoin's the only game in town, all the rest of this shit is bullshit, if you're not educating yourself?
I think that he is, though. I think that, like, he wrote the Mastering Ethereum book, which is a very good book and does explain Ethereum very concisely. You know, like that was a big change. You know how many Bitcoin people were so pissed off that he wrote that book?
Well, of course.
So pissed.
Of course.
So, like, he is growing and changing with the times. You can't blame him for not knowing all about Hex and sushi and this and that and everything else. You can't really, but I mean, it's understandable. I'm not saying that he won't know about him eventually. He will, because it'll be forced on him, just like Ethereum was over 3 years. He finally came around and said, all right, I'll write the book, you know?
I think the problem is that Hex came out before DeFi craze, the good product came out before all the other freaking copycats and bullshitters and crap coins came out. You know, I mean,
for sure.
There was already heaps of those before Hex came along. RG, just to sort of deflect a little bit. RG, and have you kissed and made up with Adrian yet? I heard you had fallen out with you.
No, I'm done with that. I played with it for a while, but I'm not gonna even worry about it anymore. It was fun while it lasted. Bye, Adrian. Let's see. Woody 10K said, I still respect Bitcoin too. Nothing wrong with it. Not all tech evolve. No, I'm sorry. All tech does evolve. That's what technology is. It's advancing. It moves forward. It betters itself. It is the best example of a mousetrap. Needs to be bettered all the time. Your tech should always be improving. Period. End of story. Tech improves. That's what it's supposed to do. It's called technology for a reason.
So what happens if something just comes out and blitzes Hex in the future? We don't know. And that's probably the risk. That's where the risk reward thing is. RG.
Well, that's great. If somebody wants to do that, then, have at it. But I mean, how can you improve on something so ridiculously simple? I mean,
that's the thing.
Hex is simple. There's really, I mean, there isn't a whole lot of things that you can do to make Hex better, I guess. I mean, it's a simple product. It's really an interest-bearing, trustless, certificate, crypto certificate of deposit. So I mean, it's really boring and simple.
What about your cars? You think, or your bikes, for example, you think, well, this is the best bike 2020 can't be beaten. There's no new technology that's going to defeat this standard. And then next year somehow they innovate, they keep innovating. You know, they bring out a new model every year. Is that just to keep sales going, or is that like, you know what I mean? Like, I can just sort of see with the Bitcoin thing is that, you know, they're saying it's, you know, it's a finite supply, it's a scarcity token, and then of course there's thousands and thousands of altcoins now, and a lot of them are on Ethereum, like for example the Hex coin. So I know there's a clear definition between, because I mean I believe in Hex. I think it's the best crypto out there, and there's no denying that it is, because I've gone through that code and I've studied it. So I don't need to look at the other ones, but I keep an eye on the market just to see what's going on and to try and keep up to date with the technology and the advancement. And I think the question is, you know, what happens next year if they come out with something? They're already trying to mimic it. You've got old mate Captain Fudd from earlier in the year. He's got his own coin now as well. So you can create a crypto out of a token generator. So what's the GO there? Any thoughts? Am I making sense here or what? We're just shooting the shit, aren't we? I mean, it's pirate shit, isn't it? It's pirate shit.
Absolutely. Hey, guys, can you guys see my screen?
Yeah.
I'm blocked. He blocked me, the motherfucker.
Who did?
Andreas Antonopoulos.
Oh, he blocked you?
Yeah.
Wait, he's not watching the show, is he?
No, I don't think so. But I was going to share. I was going to send the tweet because somebody was asking in the comments, and I was going to send them the tweet so they could check out what he said. But he's got me blocked now.
Oh wow.
What about I obviously went to ground and dodged a bullet when the whole thing with the yam farming or the yield stuff in the Hex community. But are we allowed to talk about controversial characters? What are we talking about? RG, you're the ringleader here. What's on the agenda?
Well, I mean, something I wanted to jump on something you said earlier. You said, you know, Hex is the best thing going in crypto, and I think so too. But I want to say that Hex is the best thing going in its class. There are other projects out there that are doing things that have potential. I don't see anything as complete as Hex yet. But in its class, in its space, Hex is the best crypto in its class. That is for sure. So I just wanted to say that.
Totally agree. It's the best performing asset in 2020, as far as I'm concerned.
I got a question to float by y'all. What would you think? Do you think overall long term this is good or bad, or would you be interested in it if somebody else put, like, for instance, if the Hex liquidity pool was one of the tokens you could dump into one of these other projects to yield farm your liquidity tokens? Do you think it would have a net overall good effect, or do you think whatever project touched it, everyone would run away from it because it's too scammy now? Like, what if we were on Sushi Swap?
Nah, I don't think we need to, because we've got stakers. We've got stakes and shares beats all that shit hands down.
I agree. I just the only reason why I bring it up is because right now, you know, the one thing that I will say with the liquidity providing for Hex is it would be cool if, because we want the price to go up, and if you provide liquidity, the chances are that you're going to lose money providing liquidity on a product that the price goes just up. And in that regard, it would be cool if for providing liquidity to the two Hex or to Uniswap or whatever, you got something for that. If there was some sort of benefit to it.
You do. You get a percentage of the
Well, there is.
Yes. But the problem currently is that percentage is, like, if you're a liquidity provider, most of them are net negative.
Well, that's because at the moment there's hyperinflation, and the best place to put Hex is in stakes.
Yes. 100%. I 100% agree with that. I think that's true.
But what about post BPD?
I wonder.
What about post BPD? Is it going to be just as bad? I don't think so.
I don't think it won't, because then the inflation shrinks to 3.69% total on the supply. So to do the same money that we're doing now is going to take another 30 years. Because I was watching Adrian's latest video, and he's saying he's done some maths on the interest rate on Hex. So the total circulating supply, or the total supply of Hex, and that annualized 3.69%. So if you look at the daily payout of, what's it, around about 38 million thereabouts, minus emergency end stakes, it's about that daily. It's going up. It's creeping up as the supply increases by a billion per day. But to do that kind of fresh supply or freshly minted Hex after the big payday is going to take 30 years to do the same money that we're doing now. So just think about that. This is that's the time to get in.
That's something that people, you just said that, and it made me think about it, that like I've never really kind of thought about this in my mind before. But yeah, when the big payday happens, even if the stake, because like right now we're getting so much interest because there's so few people staking. Well, because all of those coins at big payday get given to the stakers, you're right that like it won't go down to 3.69 because that's like 100% staked. But it'll go down.
We're talking about the game theory as a whole.
A lot more, and it'll never come back.
We're talking about the game theory of Hex.
It'll never come back because so many people are. Yeah, it can't come back unless all those 5-year plus stakers emergency unstake. It will never go back up to that high of an APR because we're going to have so much bigger of this larger portion of the supply staked.
What did you say at the start of that, Randy? You asked. Yeah, Randy, what was the question again?
I was just saying that I think that the liquidity stuff, maybe that's going to be fixed on the DEXs once there's a lot less inflation.
Yeah. So there's been some stuff on the Telegram around people that have done that Uniswap liquidity. You know, you supply the equal amount of ETH, you supply the equal amount of Hex, and depending on which price goes up, depending on the volatility of the market, you either go up in ETH or you go up in Hex, depending on how the market moves and whatnot. So, I mean, I'm not quite sure. I'm not like, some of that is quite technical.
That'd be really cool to see a graph of over time liquidity. Yeah.
Otherwise, people wouldn't do it. I finally got a transaction confirmed on Ethereum.
Yep.
Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. But
people too.
Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. But isn't after big payday, isn't the 3.69 the interest rate for Hex forever? But depending on what percentage of people are staked, then that 3.69 is divided amongst the stakers, and the higher, you know, if it's 100% staked, then everyone just earns 3.69.
The 3.69 annualized interest rate on Hex, the total circulating supply or the total supply of Hex that's only a number that's the maximum of 100% of the tokens are staked. And you see it's on that daily payouts, or it's on the main website where there's like a graph that's basically like a bell curve that just shows that at the moment the sweet spot, because it's between 10 and 15%, we're doing like, I think it's over 25% at the moment. Like that's just phenomenal. I mean, there's nothing in traditional finance or property, or I mean, every now and again you get those outliers where they just make crazy mad gains or whatever. But that to have that economic mass rolling over on itself and paying out interest like Hex does, there's nothing else. There's nothing that compares to it that I've seen. You know, I mean, I don't know about you guys. Yep. I mean, I've made lots of money in the past over the different investments and things like that. That took years. You know, like you buy a house and then the market price went up and then you sold it or whatever, so you make a capital gain. That sort of shit. But you know, Hex is like a savings account on steroids, isn't it?
Yes,
sure is.
Yes, it's fun to talk about it with older folks sometimes because of the relationship with CD. I was just speaking with an older gentleman who's asking me about Bitcoin a whole bunch before, really wants to get into it, and they understand that side of it a lot, because you can be like, where are you going to put your money to get more than 1% return right now? Like nowhere. So that speaks to a lot of people.
And then the other thing, and I got to credit, I mean, I've thought about this time and time again, but Fresh and Delicious just made mention the OA won't stake. So there's all that supply also that's also going to keep that interest rate higher.
Yep. Well, that's the thing, is if the OA doesn't stake, and we all get the big payday bonus. Like, I mean, there's going to be so few percentage of coins available on the market after big payday. It's crazy.
I mean, there's actually some pretty good insights in the Telegram channel, the Hex Bear channel. Those guys in there are smart cookies, eh? And they're saying, and I think Paxton's got a, and he's a big fish. He's one of the big fishies. He's got a little sort of like a mud map where he's drawn what his predictions are, and I reckon he might be. I mean, yeah, he can predict things. I know I've seen some articles saying, well, we don't know what's going to happen, but this is a likely scenario or possible scenario. And Paxton's got a graph where, you know, look, it makes sense. There will be a little bit of sell pressure. And I've heard some predictions saying that the bottom might come in January 2021. And then it's like a big steel spring just being pressed, and then just take your hand off and it's just going to go. I don't know. Hey, what? That's just a layman's view. I wouldn't know. As I said, I had to teach myself all this shit. I don't know anything about crypto up until about 12 months ago. Not even. When did I get in? I got into Hex I got into crypto like less than 12 months ago. So before that, I just ignored all this shit. Didn't care about, you know.
I mean, hey, you've come a long way, man. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
So anyway.
And you'll be an OG before you know it. I have a feeling in the next 2 years we're going to see.
I can't use that word in Australia. I want to use some sort of yank. I can't use that word over here. They don't. They think.
Hey, you can use whatever words you want in here.
Yeah.
I'll just call myself whatever the fuck I want. Mitwick. It's in Mitwick. Motherfucker, what you charge?
Yep, that's right.
I don't know. No, just being bloody, just chucking shit out there.
And all of this stuff is speculation. All the, I mean, I don't like, trying to pinpoint things and where it's going to go and what it's going to do. I mean, we all do the what ifs around here and the freaking moon talk and all that shit, but it's all speculation. I mean, the only thing that's solid is the Hex contract and what it does. Price go up, price go down is going to be based upon, the metrics and the popularity. And, I don't know when this whole DeFi thing is going to blow up. But it's gonna, it's already starting to, see it's freaking, Bart Simpson charts and shit are happening and all this other crap's going on. And there's nothing new under the sun. We've seen this all before. There's all that institutional money that supposedly has come in. It's their plaything. Crypto is a plaything for them. It's not something that they're seriously looking at. They already played with it in 2017. I mean, they know, the institutional money know what it's all about. So, I mean, people talking about institutional money coming in and driving crypto up is just like, I don't know. It just kind of makes me laugh because it's a plaything right now. And
you said it before, RG, about the technology and the fact that the technology is moving, and we've seen during the week as well that, like the phone technology, the wallet technology, the linkage, the transaction speeds, all that stuff that goes on. Hex benefits from that because Hex actually works like a proper cryptocurrency should, So all of that technological advancement that goes on, Hex is like, yep, no, we got this. Hey.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of money floating around the world, big money, like, capital venture money, like huge amounts that are looking for places to go, but they won't invest. They won't throw large amounts of money at something they don't understand, and they don't take the time to read it and understand it. They won't put money in it.
Well, and it's
like that.
it's hard for real money to take this space seriously when you have fuckers like us running around, being the thought leaders. I mean, we're my show's pirate themed, and we fucking, if we were wearing suits and ties and sitting here and had a great vocabulary and good vernacular and we knew how to talk about things, and then maybe it would give more legitimacy to projects, but again, like I've said before, you don't get the crypto community you want. You get the crypto community you deserve, and that's where we're at today, unfortunately. So mass adoption and adoption is going to be, I mean, come on, people, when people talk to friends and family and they say, you know, or they try and bring somebody into crypto and they say, okay, well, I'm going to show you some hot dogs right now. And this is what, you know, it's all about. And then they do the onboarding process. And then they start looking on the YouTubes and they see folks like us, and they just, it's a fucking scary place to put your real money. I mean, it really is.
You're popular over here, RG. Like everyone I show, I say, look at this Discourse Syndicate, and they go, look, that's a real pirate, that bloke. Look at him. They love you over here, mate. I'm telling you. Everyone I show.
I mean,
Because
I think
they laugh at me. I say, I'm on YouTube. I've been on TV. And they're like, oh, whatever. So, anyway, well, I know what you're saying.
I think you make a great point about a lot of that, RG. I think that like a lot of it has to do with the framing of things too. I mean, like currently, because nothing is a product, everything is. You've turned what is a whole bunch of retail investors into essentially budget venture capitalists, and like most 90% of venture capitalist investments fail. You know, so like that's what's going on in crypto. You've got a bunch of retail money trying to like become, you know, part owners of people's ideas, and that's just a terrible space when it's unregulated and there's no one to actually stop people from just taking off with your money. I mean, it is terrifying, you know.
Yeah,
that I think
the best things about crypto are the worst things about crypto. You know what I mean?
And that's why I feel like the framing on Hex is nice, you know, because it's a product. This is something like, you don't invest money that you want to get a net return on a percentage based return ROI. That's not how.
I've got to leave. I'm sorry. I'm meeting someone. I've got to go.
That they're taking on.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, man, it's good.
I'm going to get on a stream with you guys too, boy. I've seen you around. I try to follow. I try to keep up. You guys are just going all the time. I'm like, don't you guys have real jobs?
No.
Yeah, man, I'm working my ass off these days. They're shipping me all over the country.
And good, and to your credit too, RG, it's awesome. You and Litecoin, he is just getting in front of it all the time. And I love the bloke. He's awesome. He's smart, and I really like to listen to Litecoin. He's got some brilliant insights. But yeah, thanks for having me on. I'll talk to you later. I'll see you around. I'll keep following you and doing all the right things if we can, and get on again sometime.
All right, Rick.
Cheers.
Good talking to you, bud.
Later, brother.
Yeah, I kind of want to talk about the marketing side for a moment.
Let's do it, because you're the one that we should be talking to about that. Because so here's my here's what we're doing here. You know, I mean, we're catering to the crypto world by being who we are, and we ain't changing anything. I mean, it is what it is. But the conversations, I want the conversations to be real, and I want that to be our marketing plan. Because if we're being true and we're being real and we're talking about the fundamentals of crypto and what it really was supposed to be about, and we keep it at that, then I think that's our best marketing, really. You know, people can look at this from the outside or look at Richard and all that. See, Richard comes across as a character, you know, as maybe an untrustable character, or you know, somebody that you might not want to trust, like a charlatan. But when you listen to the content of what Richard speaks, if you listen to the knowledge that Richard passes on, he understands the space. He has a good mind for crypto. He has a good heart. The way he's gone about putting this project together in the background is really the marketing. But people don't unpeel those layers of Richard in order to see, you know, those of us who are involved in the project, those of us who are doing the things that we're doing here to help, you know, move the project forward. You know, we did that. We unpeeled the Richard onion and got to the heart of it and the core of it. And that's what I want people to do here, is really listen to our content, you know, listen to what we're talking about. And marketing is huge. And I think that trust is what marketing should really be about. People should be able to trust what it is that we're saying, you know?
Yeah, I totally agree.
Go ahead.
We are at this current stage, I think we're going to stay here because, you know, crypto attracts the working class and the middle class types of people. This is out. I never owned a stock in my life, ever. You know, I found crypto. I mean, I was always a gold and silver guy. Like I told you, I owned physical metals and I owned real estate, but I never owned stock. But crypto is super attractive to me because I could get in. I didn't have to ask any permission. I didn't have to have a good credit score. I didn't have to have any of those kind of things. I was, hey, if you can get the money in, you can own something. And I think that's why we do really well. Hex does. And I wanted to bring up another crypto. I hope I don't get too upset here. But DigiByte is kicking ass. DigiByte.
I was gonna say I was gonna segue into that. Continue. Sorry, Randy.
All right, perfect. Because DigiByte's got a campaign going on right now, and they're very similar to us. Their community is so similar to what we are, and they're very close knit. We're older. Our community seems to be an older group than the DigiByte group, but with that experience comes and money because we tend to be a lot wealthier than the younger kids, right? But our meme game, our videos, our live streams, we have all the tools.
Yes.
But now we just need to get together and start the community working together to let the world know that these people exist to help you, and just continue going that way, and less being confrontational. We all get pulled into it. I do it. Like, look, I got banned by Andreas, because of Hex. I've lost about 1,000 followers on Twitter in the last 6 months because well,
that's not good for your marketing.
I don't care anymore. But when it comes to Hex, it's like a baseball bat to my kneecaps. But it's fine because I really believe in it. I put my name on it, and I keep pushing it out there. And every day, at least tweeting one thing out about Hex. And I think that DigiByte's doing a great job. I mean, I'm going through the Twitter right now. I just did the hashtag DigiByte, and holy shit, man, they're very similar to us.
Yeah,
they're very similar. They're changing their images on Twitter. They got the meme game going, and they're making these really short video clips. Like we talked about doing the TikTok videos and those kind of things. Yep. That's what they're doing. They're doing a great job, and I think our two communities are probably the strongest for that in crypto at the moment, at the current time.
I would agree with that. I was very impressed with before, just in general. I mean, DigiByte has been a relatively strong community for a long time too. It's not like they just showed up out of nowhere. And I will say that there's little videos that they've been doing where like they show each of the DigiByte there's like a little clips of like, hey, I'm a DigiByter, like that shit is powerful, like that's why I feel what we have to offer too. We have a lot of people that are willing to talk and show their faces about this, which is great.
I didn't catch it today. Maybe you guys did. I did hear Hexo talking about it, but the Annette has got some type of a she's got something going on. Let me see if I can pull up her Twitter. Oh, hashtag add Hex to page 1 on CoinMarketCap. So there's people in Hex that are out there that are putting things together like that, and so everybody, if you're not following the Annette on Twitter, you should be. she's got this thing. We're going. She's going after. Let me see here. I'm trying to find
CoinMarketCap. Trying to go after CoinMarketCap.
She's going after CMC for this. And
first page something.
Add Hex to page 1. So she's trying to get them to add it on CMC, of course. And I mean, we've tried this stuff before, but they're still gatekeeping, and there's obviously reasons for it, and who knows what those reasons might be. We don't know what's going on in the background. Crypto's a very manipulated space, and we see that
it's super clicky, even amongst influencers. That's for sure.
And without exposing myself to any trouble or whatever, but I remember back in 2017 there were a lot of these Telegram rooms that were coordinated attack vessels for crypto pump and dumps, And
Yeah.
I've seen millions of dollars in cryptocurrency, get coordinated pumps in those rooms. So I mean, it's a very manipulated space. I mean, to this day, nothing has changed. Nothing has really changed, other than a couple of years have gone by with everybody that was wrecked, and now they've got a new toy. This DeFi is their new toy.
Well, let's check this, guys. I just looked at the coin market cap, and I think attention, where they cannot avoid us anymore, is when we get in that top 10, and that means we'd have to pass Bitcoin SV, which is 2.976 billion market cap, and Binance Coin, which is 3.062 billion. So that they cannot. Once we get to that point, and that's only a 3 billion market cap, that means we need to go up by, what is that, 8x from here? All right.
Yeah,
12x.
Yeah, and I think it's iBase or Base in the comments said something really, really freaking smart. Is that why would the people that own exchanges want to promote coins that don't need exchanges?
Bingo.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought from the beginning. Is that like they're not going to like us because we are a threat. It's just a threat model. That's by like Richard lays it out for you. All you have to do is watch one Richard video explaining why he's doing the things it's indexed, and you're like, if you're running an exchange, you're like, oh, I don't like that. I don't like any of that.
It looks like you guys gave me an article for the next week. That's a good topic to talk about, if you really think about it, and call some people out. Get that on Google News.
Yeah, and hashtag it with the Annette's deal too.
Yeah, that's a cool idea. I think that's what I'm going to do.
It's hashtag.
It's a good time. It's a good time to move on it too, because Richard just posted something about it to CoinMarketCap like today too, and got over 100 easy retweets. So like that helped. Might as well hit while everyone's focused.
I'm gonna put that. There's the link to the stream if anyone wants to join the stream still. And then here's
short time left.
Hashtag there. Add Hex to page 1. That's the Annette's hashtag. So
I will say, the thing about it that's funny is, honestly, even if CoinMarketCap adds us to page 1, I don't think I'm ever going to go back to using them on the regular. Just because I watched a podcast or a video thing that Clay Collins did from Nomics. Who's the CEO of Nomics, and he explains exactly how they built their API and exactly what they have to offer. Not just us looking at this chart, but also institutions and with their services, and they're doing it way better than everybody else is. Their data is real. Like what they've been putting together is a legit product, and the things you can do on their site. You can't do it on other sites. You can't make, like on CoinMarketCap, you can't realign all of the currencies to be based in hex price. You can do that on Nomics. That's cool. I mean, there's a lot of cool features that they have, and their rankings are his talk goes through very quickly how they figure out real volume from fake volume, and it's pretty impressive. They're doing the legwork that CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko are not doing.
Yeah.
So George
I like
Chops,
their product. I'm sold.
George Chops said that's why Veritasium was never listed. Remember that decentralized stock exchange that was supposed to come up?
I remember that.
Yeah, that's that. I mean, they never got listed anywhere because they kept.
Yeah, that was one of gosh,
Reggie something, the founder. What's his?
Yeah,
I can't remember his last name.
Yeah, it's.
And then the SEC came and got him. You can't come after our model.
Yeah. I mean, that's a nice thing about. No, that's to say is like there's no way to come after us in that regard. Hex will be doing its thing long after, and because of the DeFi abilities with Ethereum, I mean, we don't really have being listed on exchanges like that isn't going to isn't going to ruin us.
Was it Reggie Middleton? Was it Reggie Middleton? Something like
fantastic.
I'm just glad that we're doing what we're doing. You just keep it up, and I actually have to get going, guys. Anna,
Oh yeah,
getting late here.
we're breaking through one little bit at a time. You know.
Yeah, Reggie Middleton was who it was.
Yeah, cool. I haven't heard that name in a while, ever since the SEC took it down.
Yeah.
So many people have bet that like look, Russ Albrecht, all these people that really got crypto going, and Veritasium was one of the big ICOs in 2017. People were so excited about, and the SEC went and got him.
Yeah.
Everyone who really goes and does something that makes a big change, they end up paying for it.
Yeah,
really
and I
do.
always forget his name. The big woohoo guy that used to talk.
Yeah,
What was his name? The older dude had his channel. Doggone, he used to talk about Veritasium all the time. He was fired up about it.
Yeah, I mean that's like to the saying is to the pioneers go the arrows. So like that's just how it works, man. If you're first in the game, there's a high likelihood that someone who already had that blocked up is gonna try and snuff you out quick. That's for sure.
Exactly.
Well, it's real good having you in the community, Randy. It's really good having you on. We got to sit down one time and just get you on the show and talk about marketing and really kind of deep dive on some of your strategy, some of the things you've seen work in crypto, and just kind of like mill some stuff around.
Sure, and I've learned some things here too. I mean, Hexo taught me a lot, and I've got some ideas. I was just talking to Anna earlier during Hexo's show. I was like, look, I think we should do this, not just for Hex, but there's some great ideas for helping promote crypto altogether. And let's do it. Well, all right, guys, thank you for having me on the show.
Hey, jump in the chat room here in a minute, because what I'm going to do is we're getting ready to. So we're going to do a 1 million Hex giveaway. And once we get to 1,000 followers, we're going to spin a wheel. So I'm going to, tonight is the first night, I'm going to grab 3 people. I'm going to actually just pick them randomly off of the chat room here. So I'm going to have everybody just go ahead and jump on the chat and just say hey or something, just so that your name's up there. And I'm going to just scroll through and I'm going to pick 3 names randomly. And then I may come up with a better way of selecting the names. Mama Rock's kind of helping me with that. But tonight is the first night. I'm going to pick 3 names. It's going to go on a wheel, and the wheel is going to be spun once we hit our 1,000 followers. And we're going to give the top 3 or the 3 people that we choose. We're going to give away 1 million Hex.
Nice.
So tonight
you were in that live stream where that girl was spinning the wheels, right?
What's that?
Live stream that we rated, and that girl.
Yeah, exactly. That one that was spinning. We're going to do I have the wheel like that. It's going to have 100 entries on it, and you can get as many entries as you can. But every Friday night or every stream, we're going to start choosing three people off of the chat room, and those are going to go on the wheel, and then we're going to spin the wheel. So I'm going to go ahead and choose 3 people here in a minute. So throw your name up there, Randy, so that you can be part of it.
Cheers, everybody! And if anybody needs a retweet or something, let me know. I've got multiple channels. I've got multiple Twitter handles.
Tweet us, man. Tweet us.
Right. Awesome, brother.
All right, cheers, guys.
Randy.
Bro, you take care. Have a good one. All right, guys. So I am going to go into the. There better not be. I thought I saw a bunga in there. There better not be.
Somebody's changing their name real quick.
No bungas. So anyway, all right, guys. I'm going to go ahead and choose 3 people from the chat, and so your name should be in there. You should have put something in, and let's see where are we at. There's 9. We've got 106 viewers, and I don't see. Hey. X-Wing or Bunga. Oh, haha, Bunga. Anyway, all right. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and choose. So here we go. I'm not going to look. I'm going to give it a spin. And
Big money, no way me stop.
so first entry is Achille 5. Hey. So Achille 5. Let me hold on one second. Don't move anybody. ACHILLE 5. So that's our first entry tonight, and our next entry is going to be Into the Fire. Into the Fire. You got one.
Nice.
He's been a big supporter of the show.
Oh yeah, he's been around a long time. Good cat.
Yep. And then now number 3 for tonight, Terry B. Hex. You're
Terry
in.
B. Nice.
Terry B. Hex. So Terry B. Hex. So Achilles 5, Into the Fire, and Terry B. Hex. You guys are our first entries onto the Wheel o' Death. And that's going to be spun when we hit 1,000 followers. So tweet us out, get us our followers, get us moving. And heck, the less entries that get in there, the more your chances to actually win on the wheel. But there will be
That's
up to
very
100
cool.
entries.
Great idea, man. I like it.
Yeah. So, and that's also thanks to Ski Cat for he is actually, or he or she, whoever it is actually the one that's bringing the 1 million hex to the Discourse Syndicate to throw out. So
Awesome, man. Awesome. That's killer.
Yeah.
Man.
So anyway, nobody else wants to join the stream. We're only at 2 hours on a Friday night.
So if anyone's busy, I could also give a quick little. If anyone wants to, we still have like two slots for the Hexagon Fantasy Football League that I'm setting up. So if anybody gives a shit about fantasy football, I know lots don't, some do, but it's like 5,000 hex or $20 to buy in for me to get the hex for you, and then we're gonna stake it through Big Payday till the end of the season. So it could be a lot more by then. Who knows? So just a little. Yeah. We're gonna live stream the draft on my stream on Sunday night. So if anyone's busy, wants to hang for an hour.
So are you doing bingo tonight or?
No, my bingo is the third Sunday of the month. So
third Sunday, okay.
Yeah, third Sunday at 6:30. So that'll be later on, a couple weeks from now. But no, just like I think I'm gonna do like. I've kind of been wondering what I should, like my streams are kind of disjointed, I'm just talking about whatever. So I like to have a little purpose and have a reason to do them weekly. I'm going to just do like a weekly little recap of our fantasy league when like who kicked ass, who sucked, and then maybe more hex talk for like a quick hour every week on probably Sunday night or maybe Monday night, whenever the games are on, if people care.
Right on.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just to keep people's interest where who knows? I think the league will have over 100,000 hex staked, so who knows, after Big Payday, it'll be a pretty good chunk for somebody to win.
I used to, there's just been so many, I used to do fantasy football. One of the last companies that I worked for, and all the guys got into it and stuff, but I just everything's such a time suck, man. It's just,
I feel you, man. I feel you. It's and then like, it's the thing is, I'm not, I'm going to talk about the fantasy football and shit and everything, but I'm not a huge, I don't know everything about fucking sports going on. So I'm sure that I'll open the stream up to some other cats who are playing with us to jump on and talk about it and shit too. Cause it's a time suck. I get it. But what else are we doing here? It's better time suck to me than buying sushi or yams or any of that shit. Watch your money. This way for $15 worth of hex, you can possibly win a shit ton more and keep your attention a little bit with that shit instead. But
no,
and we have a couple like non-hexicans that bought in. I have 2 people in the league that bought in specifically just because they're like, I am interested in hex, but I don't want to buy any, so maybe I could win some. So we've got potential new hexicans that are in the game. So that's kind of just cross marketing, maybe get some other people that haven't heard of us involved too, football people.
Right on.
Who knows? So yeah, come on down, check us out Sunday night. That's all I got.
Sunday night. Yeah, all right, guys. Well, it looks like we're out of folks coming in. Anybody got any questions, anything they want to talk about in the chat room before I get ready to shut this puppy down? Nope.
No.
It's all good. I'm just about home too. This has been perfect. Little drive by. I'm almost pulling in the driveway.
Right on. And you're in Florida now, right? You said.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Back
I've been in
Florida.
Chicago a lot. Your other stomping grounds the last few weeks.
Nice. What part were you staying in?
Well, right downtown, right in the city.
Nice. In the Loop, kick ass. Yeah, heck yeah.
So the company I consult for, they have their operations out there. So yeah.
Nice. Yeah, greatest city around, man. I love visiting Chicago. The taxes and everything else are so oppressive that like I'd never want to move back, but God, I love visiting. It's great place.
Yeah, it is a cleaner town than I ever thought it was. I liked it. And then I got to go hang out with Crypto Coffee down in his place, and he lives it's cool.
Yeah,
so
that's kick ass, man. That's kick ass. I mean, that's something that I uniquely like about Hex too, is that we've met a lot of characters that we enjoy and want to, you want to meet up with them and say what's up to them. I was glad to meet up with Gary when we were in Puerto Rico. It was lots of fun. So
yeah.
More to come, especially when Hexo does his USA road trip.
He's talking about doing a trip on the whole.
Yeah, he's been saying on his stream that like he, instead of doing like a big payday party next year, he just wants to like tour the country and meet everyone across the country and do a road trip. I like it.
With his little brand new baby.
Yeah, with the whole family.
Yeah, boy. Yeah. I don't want to see him.
I have a feeling his wife's gonna have something to say about that.
Yeah, he might not be trekking across the U.S. in a freaking motorhome or anything anytime soon. That's for sure.
No, I feel him there. I'm about to be in the thick of it. I got a month and a half or so for us. We'll be
Well, I know for sure that, like somebody just mentioned, RG save a spot for me on Big Payday 24-hour stream. We're gonna have one, and I don't know. I know Hexo's talking about having one too, but we'll probably have a Big Payday 24-hour stream for sure until 24 hours before the Big Payday hits, and then as Big Payday hits, we'll end the stream or whatever. But we're definitely going to do that, or I'll be part of his, or he'll be part of ours, or whatever it's going to be. We did it together the last time, so I'm sure we'll do it this time too.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was lots of fun. That was definitely a fantastic. I mean, it's great team building all around. You push through something like that, and everyone feels a little bit more connected.
Yeah. No, I can't. I actually can't wait to get to Puerto Rico and hook up with you guys out there. That's gonna be fun. That's my next trip is to get out to Puerto Rico. Well, as soon as Gary's out in the States here for a while, so I don't know when he's going back, but when he gets back, I'm gonna head out there and spend a couple of weeks out there and just kind of check it out and get some of my X60 stuff taken care of. So
sounds good. Yeah, I'll be back on probably the end of November, early December for a while. So
so after Big Payday.
Yeah, probably right after Big Payday. Yeah,
it's freaking coming up so fast. I mean, we're like a couple months away, man. It's crazy. It's actually really crazy.
It is, man. It is.
We're in September.
Yeah. It is wild to see stakes that you set up early on, like in the first couple months, that are like long stakes that actually
they're like coming to maturity.
Several % of your stake, that it's a little disheartening setting up long stakes now, though. You're like, I set up a long stake the other day, and I was like, it's at like 0% or 0.1% or whatever, and my longer ones are way further. I'm like, oh man, it's gonna take forever. Shit.
Yeah. Yep.
But
all right, bro. Well, I'm gonna close the stream up. And
sounds good, man. Thanks for having me on. It's been fun.
Thanks for coming again, man. Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for hanging out on the FN Hangout. Next time, come on in, join us, and speak your piece. But with all that, you guys take care. We'll catch you on Monday. See ya. Bye-bye.
Bye.